Welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. Every week I get to interview someone in the health and wellness space that is doing really amazing things and making changes in this space that I think are truly inspirational. And today I have Laurel Gallucci. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Laurel is, after being diagnosed with an autoimmune disease in 2012 with just Hashimotos, which I have, she changed her diet and lifestyle and began Sweet Laurel, a completely grain-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free bakery. Sweet Laurel is known in LA for its decadent custom layer cakes, right here, private classes and wellness workshops. And in 2018, the Sweet Laurel cookbook, oh my God, I can't wait, will be hitting the shelves, and she will be opening up a bakery flagship location. Oh my Lord, this is going to be a total hit in Los Angeles.
You.
I'm sorry for anyone else who is not in Los Angeles, that they won't be here
Well, we ship.
Yeah, so she'll tell you about that. Yes, they do ship, and they have products that are incredible.
Thank you.
So Laurel, tell me like how this all came about, because I read a little about how you were a baker as a kid, and also you were one of 7 children, which kind of blew my mind.
Yeah. So I grew up here in LA, and from a very young age, I always baked for my family, for all my siblings. Like I would make the birthday cakes. That was like my job.
Did you do it for a reason or just because you loved baking?
It was like fun for me.
Yeah.
My dad and I did a science experiment when I was in 5th grade on the effect of yeast on bread baking. Oh. And I was so into it. I think that's what really started my passion for baking. And so when I figured out I could make people really happy with baked goods, I just did it all the time.
Right.
So baked. And then when I went to college and graduate school, I studied education and I became a school teacher and I taught grade school. But I always found ways to do some baking lessons.
At the apartment or
No. I would teach the kids with baking things
when you were
fractions and we do hands-on baking all the time. So it was always in me. And in 2012, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and I did not really address it for about 2 years. And my body just kind of wilted away. I was very sick, and I got so sick I had to step down from my job as a teacher, which was really difficult for me. I love teaching.
You love teaching.
And so my husband and my family, they were all like, you need to take a year and heal, take a year off. And so that's what I did. And it was at that time I met a woman who is an MD, but also a functional medicine doctor. And she encouraged me to heal through food and remove gluten, grains, refined sugar, dairy, soy, all those things from my diet. And it fed me. When I changed my diet and removed those things, I didn't realize that gluten was it was causing a similar antibody to go off in my body that my thyroid disease was also creating. So when I removed those foods, I started to feel a lot better. And that's when I started Sweet Laurel. It was about 5 months into my year off, 4 months actually.
There's one thing I have to say, because I read on your website, it was did that doctor tell you you're never going to eat chocolate cake again?
She said she was like, you can't eat gluten, you can't eat dairy, you can't eat soy.
Your baking days are gone.
Yeah, she was like, no chocolate cake, no cookies, because she knows that there's nothing available that's grain-free, refined sugar-free, and dairy-free.
Yeah, true.
So I kind of treated that as a way to launch, yes, you can have cake and heal too,
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be something you have every day, but I wanted to be the person that provided that cake for people, who are healing, or they just want a healthier, more wholesome treat, So I was very passionate about creating clean desserts for people. And we started Sweet Laurel on the premise of 5 core ingredients. We don't compromise with fillers and gums and refined sugars. So everything we do is made with almond flour. We use coconut oil as our fat. We use 100% maple syrup to sweeten. We use organic eggs. And we use Himalayan pink salt.
And that's it.
That's it. So that's the base of all of our ingredients. And then we go off from there. We put really high quality 100% cacao into our chocolate cake from a LA bean to bar chocolate shop. And we do all sorts of fun flavors. Like this is our lemon coconut cake with a paleo lemon curd inside of it. And we just really believe in the power of using whole foods like they were meant to be used and not filling it with 20 other ingredients.
So almost going back to the old-fashioned way of baking, and then you're baking with these. It's amazing that when you look on packages and see all of the fillers and all the crap, right? It's like there was something just recently on Twitter and like the social media about RX bars. I don't know if you saw that come up, but on the front they have 4 ingredients. And I do love the RX bar, but they have the 4 ingredients, and you turn it over and there's all of these fillers.
Oh no.
Yes. So that's why I think it's so amazing to have somebody like you who's in this space, like really truly living it and just passionate about
definitely
simpler the better. Right.
I've seen it work in my own body. So I have confidence that it can help other people too. Maybe living a paleo lifestyle doesn't work for you, but for me and my healing, it's really worked.
It's worked.
And I just know that for anyone eating a diet that has less processed food or no processed food, no refined sugars and, gluten and things like that, you can actually really heal and feel better and get rid of all sorts of illnesses.
I mean, so you haven't watched What the Health? It's a documentary on Netflix. Maybe you shouldn't.
Okay.
It demonizes animal protein.
Okay.
It's crazy. I mean, I know these things are out there, but it's very anti-paleo.
Okay, wow.
But I agree with you. I think that different strokes for different folks. And I do think that what you're talking about with the Hashimotos has helped thousands of people. That the paleo lifestyle, the no gluten, no dairy, no sugar or low sugar, just watching that has really helped heal a lot of autoimmune diseases. So what are you most passionate about like these days? I know that tell me a little bit about the products. How did they come about that you're selling?
We launched 3 products, cake mix, caramel, and vanilla extract. And these are ingredients used to make our chocolate cake, and it's our most popular cake flavor at Sweet Laurel, our chocolate caramel cake. It's a vegan caramel chocolate ganache, very simple 5 ingredient chocolate cake, and people really wanted to be able to make it at home. So we launched these products so people could make it in the comfort of their own home and have fun with it and make it with their kids or what have you. And then we shortly after launched our cake slices as offerings in stores around town. And it's really helped share grassroots style the brand and share it with as many people as possible. Because for me, I really want to share Sweet Laurel with as many people as I can, just get it out there. And that's why I'm very excited about our national shipping and our brick and mortar that's opening in the summer. So it should be really
be amazing. Oh, I love, too bad for the people who aren't in LA, don't get to experience that. But you're right. It's great that you offer these products to send all over the country or maybe even all over the world.
Right.
You can ship. And you said you were going to be shipping slices or
we can
baked
ship
goods?
a whole cake.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's something that we're launching very shortly. So it's going to be really fun.
Are you still doing the cooking classes?
Yes.
Those are also
we do
really
monthly workshops.
Okay.
And I also do private classes. So, people might want to learn how to make a cake or whatever. And I come over to their home and teach them how to do it and the Sweet Laurel method. And then we teach public workshops that are very popular on different themes and ideas. And people have so much fun at them.
They sell out.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I've tried to get into some of them and they've sold out. So, but you were saying something earlier that really struck with me with this whole Hashimoto's craze, because Hashimoto's is the fastest growing autoimmune illness out there right now.
I did not know that.
Yes, it's really crazy. And a lot of people don't know they have Hashimoto's. They know they're diagnosed with a hypothyroidism, but they don't, doctors don't test the antibodies. So, but you made a comment you just had a baby, 5 months ago. And while you were pregnant, you had your antibody numbers were zero. So talk a little bit about that. That's fascinating.
So my antibody levels have always been extraordinarily high because I have autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's specifically. So that's kind of how correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's how a functional medicine doctor would diagnose Hashimoto's, by looking at your antibodies.
Totally.
So I always knew I had them, and they were always going up and down. And
even eating gluten-free, dairy-free,
it
you still was
started
kind
to
of
get better.
okay.
But there was like something always causing inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might have been overeating like nuts or something. So like I was always like trying to find that balance. And I've learned to really listen to my body and focus on, what is making me feel good. And
so it's more about not so much the blood work, but it's about how you feel every day.
Yeah. And like, oh, that caused inflammation, you notice things. And so for me, when I became pregnant, which was like a miracle in and of itself, because when I was diagnosed with my autoimmune disease 5 years ago, that's when I noticed that my ovulation stopped, like my period completely stopped.
Yes, that's right.
And so I kind of got pregnant without even ovulating, and I was very pleasantly surprised, and it was through that pregnancy, I kind of treated it like it was like the cherry on top of my healing, because I was like feeling so great.
Mm-hmm.
And when my antibody levels were checked during pregnancy, they were 0. And then my nutritionist was kind of like, okay, well, we have to be very careful postpartum, because for a lot of people, Hashimoto's comes back like full throttle after birth. And so she was like, you got to stay true to like your diet that is anti-inflammatory. And I was like, I got it. So postpartum, I was very strict about just eating super anti-inflammatory for me, and like no grains or refined sugar, dairy.
Right.
And my antibodies are still 0, and I'm 5 months postpartum. So it's like really awesome that it's working.
Yeah, it's totally working.
Yeah. And my baby is like so healthy and happy, and he's a little chubby little guy. He's super cute.
I love it. Are you breastfeeding?
Yes.
And do you think that has something to do with the antibodies at all?
Could.
I've always wondered that too.
I mean,
but
I love breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's, I don't know. It's really empowering to feel like you're feeding your baby.
Exactly.
And to know that the healthy food I'm eating is actually not just helping me, it's helping him.
Exactly.
And he's a thriving little baby.
So you've given a gift to him as well.
Yeah.
Does your husband eat this way? Is he like all on board?
He does. He's so sweet. He technically is an omnivore. He can eat anything and he'll feel great.
Right.
But when I was told to go strictly grain-free, refined sugar-free, dairy-free, he was super sweet, and he said, I want to do this with you. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to have to make like 2 dinners every night. Like, let's do this together. And like he eats very well at home, but like, he can have cheat days and feel fine after. Whereas if I did that, I'd like be in bed for 2 days. So I don't do that, but he can do that.
So running this successful business and is the book finished in terms of writing? So
the manuscript is off.
Okay.
So it'll be coming out next spring, and we're very excited about it.
So how do you keep yourself, there's a lot going on in your world. So how do you keep yourself energized and calm? And, because that's another thing for this hypothyroidism Hashimoto's. I mean, how do you keep your stress under wraps? And
well, it's a work in progress. I'll tell you, there's some days where I'm just not balanced at all. And there are very stressful days. So like, I need to focus on just like an all full circle approach. So I just try to really get enough sleep, eat well, and make sure I'm doing what I love still every day. Because, for me, my family is so important to me. I need to like be able to take care of them too while I am doing all my other things. So I know, if I'm not able to spend time with them or like, cook dinner or whatever, like that's something that, is really important to me. So I try to make time in my day to still do what I love.
Right.
And also
that
keep a
fuels
balanced,
you.
Healthy approach to, like I said, sleeping and eating, but also I like to move, like go on walks and do yoga and things like that.
Are you a meditator, or is that
not
quite yet?
So much. Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. For me, I think being in nature and just really enjoying like how beautiful this life is.
Right.
Is
exactly. Well, I have been so excited to have you
Yeah,
because
it's
ever
been
since
so
you did the
fun.
desserts for my book launch, I mean, people were raving about them.
Oh,
And it's just is so fun to have somebody who can make and
Yeah.
actually have, things that taste good with 5 ingredients. I
Yeah.
mean, it's unheard of these days.
yes.
There's nowhere you go. So we get to try,
Yes.
or I get to try. So tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah.
This is
So this is
this
our lemon.
is so gorgeous. It's like
Oh,
a
thank you.
birthday cake.
This is our lemon coconut cake.
Right.
So it's lemon layers with our 5 core ingredients that I shared with you.
Okay.
And then we do
I'm gonna eat while she
coconut
talks.
whipped cream, which is just coconut
Okay.
milk.
Oh,
And
coconut
then,
milk.
Yeah, we use the fat from the coconut.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make our own lemon curd without refined sugar, dairy, or anything in it. So
Oh my Lord. Okay, Laurel. It's moist.
yes.
It's fluffy.
yes.
The taste is so vibrant.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's I mean, I'm a lemon freak.
Me too. I can eat a lemon.
Lemon, same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
My
Every
dentist
day.
gets mad at me, but
Right.
I
Yeah,
can
the
eat
teeth,
lemons.
it's not the greatest, but wow, I'm not a dessert person anymore. I think I was telling you, before I was a sugar-aholic and I just have no desire for desserts. I think it's my green
Yeah.
juicing or something that's gotten
Yeah.
me off of sweets,
Yeah.
which is a good thing,
Yeah.
but I definitely could eat this. This is
Oh, I'm so
awesome.
glad.
Wow.
Yeah, we try
So-
to keep it very low in sugar. So
Yeah. I mean, you would not know it.
yeah.
So that's the thing that is so unbelievable to me is why do people have to put so much sugar,
Right.
in it? And why
Yeah.
do we have to do all of these
Yeah.
chemicals,
Right.
which is causing autoimmune issues, the
Yeah.
sugar, the chemicals in
Yeah.
our body, the toxins,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you can actually have something like this and have it be really healthy for you.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
people think dessert isn't healthy, but it can be.
Oh yes.
When you say
Definitely. Yeah.
this is healthy.
My husband likes to say it's like eating a salad.
Yeah.
Now,
I
we
love
can't
that.
take it to that extreme,
Right,
but
right.
it's up there.
Right.
Sugar is not our first ingredient. It's usually number 4 or 5
Yeah.
in our 5
Yeah.
core ingredients. So we just try to really have an approach of whole foods first.
Yeah. And then go for
Yeah.
the sweets.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though it's maple
Right.
syrup, you have to have it in moderation.
Yeah.
Too.
But what I love is that we always tell people no sugar, no desserts. We tell them not to eat that stuff.
Mhm.
And this is great because, we do need some of that.
Yeah,
We need
on
some
your
sweetness.
birthday, you need cake.
Yeah, we need sweetness in our life. We
It's
need,
true.
just like we
Yeah.
were talking earlier about eat with intention. And some
Mhm.
people, eat a really healthy meal, but they don't really want it. They want this piece of cake
Yeah.
instead. So you should go for the cake and
Yeah.
enjoy it,
Yeah.
right? Instead of
Yeah. I like to say to treat treats like treats, to
good
quote
point.
Michael Pollan.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
believe that, you can have a treat,
Yeah,
but just treat it like a treat.
treat.
This is not every day. This
So-
is your treat.
right. And you have something to look forward to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it's really great.
It was such a pleasure having you.
Thank
Getting
you
to
for
know you
having
better.
me.
So love you and keep
Yes.
doing what you're doing.
Thank you.